The no-tilt World Championship will have 4 stages. Everything starts with the 20-win challenge that will take place between July 23rd to July 26th. Only those who win the challenge will move on to the second stage. The second stage will separate players into 2 regions, East and West. Each region will have 8 brackets of 1,024 players. All brackets will be live streamed, starting with the semifinals. This will happen from July 30th until the 14th of August. The winner of each bracket will then move on to stage 3. In this stage, the 8 winners from East will compete against each other, and the 8 winners from West will do the same in a round-robin format of their own region. The top players from each region will then move on to stage 4, the playoffs and the grand finals, which will take place on the 23rd of August, where a new Clash Royale champion will be born.
Do you remember the 2017 CCGS?
I do.
The best in the world competed there.
But now, some of them are gone.
Dali.
CMC Hill.
Yao.
Electrify.
Even Music Master is gone.
We had such great times.
We hated to see you go.
We miss you.
But not too much.
Clash Royale has evolved since then.
We already know the best teams.
But now we want to know,
Who is the best player in the world?
you have what it takes to be the best.
Latam.
Europe, Asia,
China.
Africa.
North America.
See you all in the arena.
The no-tilt World Championship will have 4 stages. Everything starts with the 20-win challenge that will take place between July 23rd to July 26th. Only those who win the challenge will move on to the second stage. The second stage will separate players into 2 regions, East and West. Each region will have 8 brackets of 1,024 players. All brackets will be live streamed, starting with the semifinals. This will happen from July 30th until the 14th of August. The winner of each bracket will then move on to stage 3. In this stage, the 8 winners from East will compete against each other, and the 8 winners from West will do the same in a round-robin format of their own region. The top players from each region will then move on to stage 4, the playoffs and the grand finals, which will take place on the 23rd of August, where a new Clash Royale champion will be born.
Do you remember the 2017 CCGS?
I do.
The best in the world competed there.
But now, some of them are gone.
Dali.
CMC Hill.
And here we go, folks. Today is it. Today's the final day. There are no days after this one. I mean, I guess Saturday is technically after this one, so there you go, what I'm talking about in the No-Tilt World Championship. This is the final one, the final qualifier. 15 of the players have made it through to Stage 3, 8 in the East, 7 in the West, and we're down to our final Western qualifier. And ooh boy, it's a good one. Whether you're watching on the YouTube channel for No Tilt or watching on my Trovo channel, I know everyone's excited for this one because the lineup is unbelievable. 2 members of the defending CRO Western champions, Space Station Gaming, the God RF and LaPoKaTi, both in here and both on opposite sides of the bracket, by the way. They could end up meeting head-to-head, teammates fighting for that last spot to move on. And then, of course, we have Star Wars in here. Very, very talented, very, very skilled semi-pro who could put a big feather in his cap if he can go through not just one, but both of those guys. And don't forget Jose, who's also in the mix. Jose C., the Nicaraguan player, with a good shot at making his way through and denying yet another CRL pro a shot at moving on. Hello, welcome. I'm RichSlaton, caster for Clash Royale League, and caster here for the No Tilt World Championship Western Semis. And oh boy, it's been a crazy tournament so far. A lot of unpredictable moments, a lot of players who you thought would move on, just struggling to make it through the gauntlet that is this event. Having to qualify the 20-win challenge, then go through, I think it's 8 best-of-3s just to get to this, where you have to win 2 BO5s to move on to our Stage 3. We'll have a video in a moment explaining how the entire thing works. But, ooh boy, this one today might be the best one. We may have saved the best for last. So I'm really pumped about it. Hopefully you're pumped about it as well. If you're watching over on YouTube right now for the on the No Tilt YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe to No Tilt's YouTube channel, ring the bell for notifications. Of course, this isn't the end of the event. We still have 2 more stages. Stage 3, the round robin stage, and then Stage 4, the grand final stage. So make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, because there's a lot more of the No Tilt World Championship coming, and of course other No Tilt Clash Royale offerings coming as well throughout the year. You have the No Tilt League second split coming up this fall, which is the Semi-Pro League. Another No Tilt League special edition will be back in the future, and of course No Tilt Worlds, the World Cup of Clash Royale. And as long as you're subscribing to stuff as well, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Boom. There you go. There's the link in both chats, the Trovo, my family chat, and of course the YouTube chat as well. And if you do subscribe to that, by the way, on a future No Tilt stream, and I'm not sure which one yet, but I'm working that out with No Tilt, I'll be giving away, oh yeah, one of these bad boys right here. So if you subscribe to my channel, it'll be going to one of my subs on my YouTube page. So if you haven't yet and you want a shot at winning, I don't know if those things will be in the box precisely, but you'll get some plushies, some cards, some pins, some really cool stuff in one of those boxes. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for a shot at that. It will be given away during a future No Tilt World Championship stream. And those are exclusive items, guys. There's no more Supercell shop. So it's either win it here or go find it on eBay somewhere, or go find one of your friends that you know who has it, invite yourself over to hang out, and then be like, hey, can I go check out the bathroom real quick or something? I don't know. And then snake his baby dragon and run out the door. That's the only ways to get a baby dragon now. So I don't know if one's in there, but there might be. There you go. We should be getting to the action here in just a moment. Of course, I am at home. This is my home office, so I don't know what's happening in the actual studio for No Tilt. So as soon as they're ready to move on is when we'll move on. I see some people.
The No Tilt World Championship has 4 stages. Stage 1 was the No Tilt 20-win challenge. The winners are now in Stage 2, the qualifier brackets, where we have 8 East brackets and 8 West brackets of 1,024 players that will be streamed from semifinals to finals. The winners of Stage 2 will qualify to Stage 3, the group stage. We will have 1 East group of 8 players and 1 West group of 8 players that will battle in a single round-robin format. The 4 top players of each group will qualify to Stage 4, playoffs, and grand final, where these 16 players will battle in a single elimination bracket to become the new Clash Royale champion of the world.
That's right. That's what we're doing today, folks. We are finding a new Clash Royale champion of the world. And I tell you what, I'm pumped about it. Hopefully you're pumped about it as well. Get a shot at seeing who's going to be the new #1. We have not had a solo world championship in quite a while. It's been, since the 2017 CCGS. That's been a minute, and of course things have changed. Sergio Ramos then taken out, of course, Music Master. And yesterday we had the only CCGS finalist to move on, and that's Adrian Piedra, which is pretty cool. So here you go, looking at the prize pool. What's at stake? Get that money. You know what I'm saying? Go get that money. And it's quite a bit. $50,000 total prize pool here for this event. And you know what? I'm going to turn off those notifications, I believe, because someone mentioned that the repeated all rights were kind of annoying. So I'll keep an eye on that. Maybe I can't turn them off right now, but I will. Maybe for a future one. Should have done it beforehand, Slaton. Yeah, I know. I really should have. But why didn't you? Because I was eating breakfast, essentially. All right, here we go. What's at stake? A chance to win essentially $15,000. That's a lot of $1,000. 50 grand total prize pool provided by Supercell. Thank you very much to Supercell for doing so much to support Clash Royale esports in 2020. This really has been a banner year for Clash Royale esports, one of the best. So many competitions, a lot of prize pool money out there, and stuff happening throughout the year, including, of course, the CRL West and East seasons. Not to mention so many other competitions, both invite-only and open. Today, though, we're going to move on in this open tournament. It's going to be the God RF on one side of the bracket against Angel X, who is also Jose C. Other side of it, Star Wars and LaPoKaTi. And I don't want to jinx anything or root against any of these upstart young players, but I know what everyone wants to see is a God RF LaPoKaTi final. The question is, will we get it? Will we get it? Bans are Balloon and Graveyard, so Angel having no games about it. Just saying, I don't want to play against the Graveyard Master playing Graveyard. Shivnan saying it was Jose and not Angel X. Wonder if Angel X is the account that he's playing on. Yeah, there you go. Ram Rider in. And Angel X just running roughshod all over that left-hand tower. A lot of trouble here for RF in the opening moments. Banning Graveyard against RF is pretty popular. We've seen someone try to get Q with it and ban Poison instead, hoping that that would not only ban Graveyard essentially, but also kind of limit some other deck possibilities. And of course, RF won that match and then went and played GY Freeze instead. Shishta, what happened to all the other CCGS players? Many of them are doing other things. Some continue to play on and played in some CRL for a minute. Some didn't continue on at all. Some are still at a high level. Some not so much. Nice Ice Spirit out of Angel X. Jose. Interesting. That's even a different Twitter account than the one that was posted yesterday for Jose. So who is this Angel X fella? Might need to change the description over there on the Trovo side. That's tower down, left-hand side. And this is going to be a rough opening for the Space Station representative. No way to keep the Royal Giant alive, and no really good way to stop the Ram Rider as well. RG down with 15 seconds left. Is a Fireball going to come in, make some room? Fireball trying to get on the tower instead of on the Inferno Dragon. And that's going to be it. Game number 1. Going to go to Angel X, who was not the announced player yesterday on the No Tilt YouTube page. I'm going to go ahead and look up Angel X's Twitter account. Oh, Jose might not have been 16, says Mini Minter. Oh, no, buddy. You got to be 16 to play. Got to read those rules there, pal. So game number 1, said and done. Angel X with a pretty dominant win. Solid matchup there. So let's see what RF goes to in game number 1. Lawler in the Trovo chat saying that Angel might predict that RF bans, or the RF plays bait in game 2. We'll see. RF not playing bait, though. Let me go and find this Angel X on Twitter. A player for Creamer Albetis in their non-CRL program. So RG again for RF. Royal Giant has been very, very, very popular this season. If you look at ladder right now, last I checked, 4 of the top 5 decks, 4 of the top 5 players were running RG. Fireball in on the Piggies. And again, it's Angel X out to an early lead. Heal Spirit pretty much everywhere. Maybe the next card to get the Nerf axe dropped on its head. And just as I say that, Bassem in the YouTube chat says, yep. Oh, the original fake LaPoKaTi in the Trovo chat saying that it was GY arrows. Giant GY arrows rather than poison. Might have been right. That might have been right. I think you're right there. Might have been giant GY arrows instead of GY freeze. RG sets up in the back immediately as we go into double elixir time. RF got aggressive once in single. That's a good barb barrel out of RF to get on the E-Wiz in the back. Not going to make enough room for the Royal Giant, though. Again, the DPS so high right now. And here we go. RG gets on tower, and that's a whole lot of damage. The God RF takes the lead here in game number 2. Mega Knight. Oh, boy. Good skeletons there from RF to keep the Mega Knight off tower. Tell you what, Angel X is putting the pressure on and playing a pretty good BO5 here. And with that damage from the Magic Archer, Piggy's coming in. This is going to be huge for Angel X. E-Wiz comes down with the skeletons. That's going to be a couple snout taps. 13-22 to 15-18. And I didn't know Star Wars got a free win yesterday, and I have no idea why, guys. Two very aggressive at the bridge decks played from Angel X back to back. And that Hunter getting tanked for by the Royal Giant. Mega Knight has to come out. RG going to get one more shot here. 662 more shots, 406. Huge counter push coming in now from Angel X. Holding off a little bit, maybe that's a big heal spirit. Will he go ahead and go Piggies here soon? Playing really, really conservative now. Mikey with the winner chicken dinner over in the Trovo chat. Thanks for the support, bud. And that's a big pickup by the Fisherman. But now just spamming at the bridge right now. Mega Knight down. Not enough for Pigs at the moment. Magic Archer not getting geometry. And that's a big E-Wiz bar barrel combo up high. And that right there might be what secures the victory for RF in game 2. Here we go. RG in. Cage will stop it for a moment if he can get there. Not available. And that's going to be a GG well played. Fireball in. RF ties things up in game number 2. Shishto, will I be making Fantasy Royale videos? Not entirely sure. Possibly. We'll see what happens. So it looks like Star Wars got his free win because that's when they found out his opponent was not 16. Good to hear. I mean, not good to hear, but good to know. Cal Lu saying it'd be cool to see someone like Angel or Star Wars win it. Something different. Well, Cal Lu, if you've been watching so far, there's been a lot of different in this event. And we'll show you the full accounting of all 16 players moving on today at the end of this broadcast. And it's been interesting. It's been a mixture of CRL pros and players from outside that circle. Angel X been playing well. Check over in the Trovo chat saying Angel X going to run Mortar in game number 3. We'll find out. When is Stage 3 starting? I believe it starts on the 16th. I believe it starts on Sunday. So getting ready for game number 3 here. All tied up 1-1. Angel X acquitting himself very well. Has been playing solidly throughout this so far. Haven't looked at him and seen anything that looked amateurish at this stage. He's an 8K player, so obviously has some skill. Thanks for the stay safes, guys, over on Trovo. And maybe RF the one going low to no skill here in game number 3. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do I have to root against RF in a game? Emotional. Got RF going Eagle and Battle Healer. You hate to see it. You hate to see one of the greats go with one of the grosses. What if it's a swerve and he just goes, well, Nash, this is Ram Rider. Anything. Oh, no. Well, here we are, folks. One of the best players in the game right now, running a deck that has basically put cards on the board. I don't know if he's running the Rage version specifically, which is the real gross one. We'll see. But he is out to a significant lead, and look. You hate to see it, but you get it. So much on the line, such a big moment. You don't want to run into a big L. Fake Royal Giant with the hypes in the chat. Thank you very much, Fake RG. Bar butt, so no rage, I think. It says Molder. There you go. So big blows to open up from RF, and then a response in kind by Angel. Kalu saying, hey, a win's a win. That's a statement out loud. Hey, Mikey and Fake Royal Giant in a big hype fight over on the Trovo chat. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that support. That's huge. So big push building up for RF. Notice, if you want to talk about anything that you can do that's skilled in this deck, notice how he put the combat troops down first and then knew that they would slow down when they started fighting on defense, and then dropped the E-Golem to walk in front of them. So there's a skilled play with an unskilled deck. This is the less unskilled version than the Rage version. And RF going to go ahead and guarantee the win and move on to game number 4 with match point. Ooh, fake Royal Giant with the cash bang. Woo, fake RG. Someone tried to challenge him to a hype battle, and Mikey comes back with 2 winner chicken dinners. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Well, let's see. Stats breakdown here from Stats Royale. You can see Angel was trying to go as much with the minor at the end there. Couldn't do it. Here we go, game number 4, RF with match point. Yep, this is RichSlaton, guys. Caster for Clash Royale League. And here with you guys for the No-Tilt World Championship. I've been doing all the Western semis. I did the first 2 Eastern, and then Enchant and I switched, and I've been doing the Westerns. He's over on the East Coast, so waking up in time for East is not as big of an issue for him. Here we go. It's going to be an RG mirror match, it looks like. The most popular deck in the game right now, at least from a competitive standpoint or top ladder standpoint. And that's going to come out RF on top. Huge. Tower down, left-hand side. What counters this RG deck? Asks Sakath Ram. What do you guys think in the chat? What's the counter to this deck? It's so popular right now. It's being run by everybody. RG down to the right, and Fishboy at full distance. Look at this defense. Full lane switch on the RG. That's how you do it. E-Wiz down. Fisherman pulls all the other side, and that was perfect defense out of RF, who you have to imagine has run this mirror match about 7,000 times. Umar Khan saying bait hard counters. Interesting. Looks like everyone has a different opinion on what counters it. A lot of people say Barb Hut GY. Okay. Mr. Fake 10, Mr. Fake Top 10 saying, I want to see E-Barb's Rage in competitive once. No one wants to see that in competitive ever. Please. Please, Mr. Fake. Please, Mr. Fake. 794 right-hand lane, final 40 seconds. And that's just be a DPS down RG, not even worrying about the pull this time. Fisherman comes down trying to predict from Angel. Not going to do it. And now just some pressure from RF. RG in the pocket, forcing Angel to spend on defense. If you're playing defense, you can't play offense. At least not if you don't have enough elixir for it. So RF goes cheesy in game number 2. Avoids the upset. And will move on to the finals where he'll face the winner of Star Wars versus LaPoKaTi. Will we get it, folks? Will we get Lapo versus RF? We just got one piece of it. We'll see if part 2 comes in. Very well, I will say this, very well played by Angel, though. In general, very, very well played by Angel. Certainly impressive in his big stage debut. This is probably the biggest stage he's played on. Maybe a bit of nerves here, but played very, very well against one of the best. So RF will move on to the final. Someone played E-Barbs in CRL. Yes, I don't think they played Rage, though. It was Wings who played E-Barbs after Misfits had been eliminated back in 2019. I don't think he played Rage in that deck, though. So look at some of the action from this one. It was game number 1 that Angel X took and just overwhelmed RF in that first one. Game number 2, though, was close. Was very close. In the end, RF able to hold on and build some big Royal Giant pushes at the end, take the lead, take the tower, and take the win. Then, of course, what we all hated to see, and Angel nearly got this one. Nearly got a tower down, at least. But nasty, nasty, nasty deck choice out of RF to win that one. And then the final, the mirror match. And in this one, you see a little difference here. I don't know if Angel was running Ntwc. I didn't see if he played it near the end. But you did see some really excellent defense out of RF in that last game. People in the Trovo chat saying they want to see Mortar. We'll see what happens. We'll see what Star Wars does, man. I'm excited to see Star Wars play against LaPoKaTi. It's a big moment for him. This is a big, another big stage for Star Wars. Very excited. Been playing a lot, been grinding hard, been showing up in tournaments all over the place, trying to get himself ready for moments like this. YouTube chat. Everyone talking about what they think the most broken cards are. Some people say Healer. Some people say it's E-Golem. Some people say it's Fisherman. I don't know if Fisherman's that broken, but that E-Golem Healer combo is pretty nasty. Let's take a look at the bracket now as it stands. RF has moved on, awaiting the winner of Star Wars versus LaPoKaTi. You know what's really funny? I think Heal Spirit might be the one that needs the nerf hammer the most right now. But everyone says, a lot of people will say whatever card they hate the most, whatever card counters their deck. So if you have a deck that's bad against RG, you're like, RG is the worst, is the most broken card ever. Or the RG gets countered, the RG counters. There you go. Yeah, Birdie Munn saying Fly Machine is broken. Yeah, not really. Do you run no big spells? Rupin fractured your tailbone yesterday. Hey, well, heal up, buddy. Do your best. Get well soon. Here we go. Will we get the space station battle? Lapo up against Star Wars. Don't sleep on Star Wars, though. This dude can play. And Lapo going Hog triple spell. Minor the ban from Lapo and Fishboy. The ban from Star Wars. So just like our first match, things open up with the non-CRL player taking a pretty big lead to open. Star Wars now to 11-22. And here he goes, setting up on that left-hand lane. GY might be the look here. Mega Knight, Ntwc, Cage, and Snowball for Star Wars to play defense against those Hog Riders. You can watch it in-game if you have these guys on your friend link. Otherwise, for those of you who are watching on YouTube and you're watching on your phone and want the gameplay to be bigger, open up the game in your browser rather than in the app. Although in Android it might work on the app. Pinch to zoom, and you can fill the whole screen with just the gameplay, guys, if that's what you're looking for. Hog one hit on the right-hand side, 1490. Dual lane pressure now from Star Wars. And Adam Doctor, to answer your question, yes, and we'll talk about some of those at the end of the broadcast today. GY Poison in left-hand side. Musketeer steps up into the Poison, and Mega Knight Baby Dragon putting pressure on the right-hand lane. But Hog down one more time. Trying to predict the Cage there is LaPoKaTi, but the Cage comes down late from Star Wars with the Ntwc together. Star Wars in pretty good control right now, but we'll see if Lapo can find a way to outcycle. So many different tools, though, for Star Wars to use on defense. Sets up Bomb Tower on the right-hand side, does the Space Station player. and protects the bomb tower, has to find some way to deal with the GY on the left-hand lane. Musketeer playing in defense. So far, 1 skeleton hit, 2 skeleton hits. And the Mega Knight's going to leap to the right-hand side. No, Snowball saves it, but Lapo low on Elixir here. Baby Dragon in, and that Baby Dragon's going to finish things off here, folks. Poison on top of it. Star Wars takes game number 1. Mojam asking, why are some cards banned? Great question, Mojam. Ban cards are used to limit the randomness of the game. With so many possible decks out there, you know, you're just playing kind of, some people call it rock, paper, scissors, but you're just kind of playing random with deck selection. With ban cards, you're able to limit the randomness of matchups, right? So you can either, you as a player can choose to ban a card that is bad, that hurts your deck pool. You can also ban a card that your opponent likes to play. You can ban a card, you can look at, say that you know that your opponent runs 5 different decks typically in competitive gameplay, and 3 of them use the same card. You ban that, and you more likely than not reduce that deck pool so it's easier for you to figure out what he might play. It adds another layer of strategy to the gameplay, basically, Mojam, which is why bans are pretty cool. One thing that takes no strategy is subscribing to both the No Tilt YouTube page and to my YouTube page. I'll be doing a big giveaway. I'll show you guys what I'm giving away after this game, but we're doing a big giveaway on a future No Tilt stream to one of my YouTube subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe link in the chat. You can pick it up. Mr. Fake Top 10 saying sad to see about Trainer Dip. Yeah, I need to reach out and talk to him again. He messaged me about it yesterday, but Trainer Dippets of Misfits retiring from as a CRL player will move on to a support coaching analyst role. Of course, he's one of the best in the business as a coach and analyst. So I'm sure he'll be very successful there, but an end to a chapter. And of course, if you've been on my channels a bunch, you know that Dip's a friend who comes on and helps cast and gives some insight and stuff quite often. So double bait for Lapo. Setting up very defensively with the bomb tower in double bait. Interesting choice. Final minute 15 of regulation, and Ram Rider does finally come out for Star Wars. Try to hold that skeleton barrel off tower. Succeeds. And that's a really solid kite there. The Inferno Dragon will burn for half second. No, it doesn't even get on tower at all. We'll see what Lapo can do here against the double small spell from Star Wars. But Star Wars does have 2 positive trades in the Snowball and the Barb Barrel. Of course, waiting for that Mega Knight cycle. We'll see how much he leaks. If he starts getting behind here a little bit, you see some stabs coming on the right-hand side. And that's exactly what Lapo wants. Lapo wants Star Wars to be a little bit out of cycle. The more that the Space Station player can do that, the better it's going to go for him. We'll see if LaPoKaTi starts varying inside-outside Goblin Barrel placements to throw off the Barb Barrel. That's a straight surround, so easy reflex response there from Star Wars. So many ways to deal with the Skeleton Barrel here. Only one great way for the Goblin Barrel, being that Barbarian. And now back to the right-hand side. Lapo's playing this one very well. You see Mega Knight to the inside. Still a little bit of damage coming in. Who do I support, RF or Lapo? I can't choose between RF and Lapo. But first, you have to see if Lapo even gets there. Star Wars playing well, up 1 game. A little late there on that Barb Barrel, so the Belarusian playing very, very well so far. And of course, everyone on my Trovo chat, the fake LaPoKaTi gang, certainly excited to see their mascot, their king, however you want to call it. Their hero playing well. Ewiz to the inside. Star Wars with a good hover there. But LaPoKaTi holding on nicely. And a big pressure push on the left-hand side here, away from the Mega Knight. LaPoKaTi is trying to force as much expenditure in that left-hand lane as humanly possible. But now two pretty healthy Mega Knights on the board. Ram Rider in, trying to protect the heck out of that bomb tower is the Belarusian. Second bomb tower down. This should be enough to lock things all the way down, but Star Wars now throwing everything he can at the bridge. Defensive Goblin Barrel comes out and saves some damage. And that's looking like a GG well played, folks. LaPoKaTi with a little BM Fireball King Tower activation. Taking game number 2. We're all tied up. Stephen Hunter, how can I win money from Clash Royale? Well, Stephen Hunter, that's a great question. And speaking of ways that you can win money from Clash Royale, on Wednesdays on my Trovo channel, I host a weekly $100 open. Download the Geyser app to play. In fact, there are tournaments available on Geyser all the time. Happening all the time. Some are hosted, some are streamed, some are just on there. You download Geyser to play in the next $100 open. Does Stage 3 have bans? Yes, Kenta. There's going to be bans throughout this event. LaPoKaTi, or the original fake LaPoKaTi in the Trovo chat saying, predicting E-Golem by Star Wars next game. We'll see. Skeleton Barrel did a great job there for LaPoKaTi, and really was a pressure. It was the Goblin Barrel that was really nasty for him. Really, really nasty. Woody's saying, RichSlaton for president. Well, thank you very much. Hey, another member of No Tilt. Thanks for coming on in. Android, thanks for joining. Oh, is there a typo in the Trovo stream title? Hold on. There is. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave it, guys. LaPoKaTo in the Trovo stream title might be the greatest thing I've ever seen. That's hilarious. Here we go. Game number 3. LaPoKaTo up against Star Wars. And guys, one more time, there's the link. If you do want to play competitively yourself, $100 open. In fact, 2 weeks ago, $100 open. The final was Igor versus LaPoKaTi. Slowish start on both sides, just banking here with the cages. LaPoKaTi, of course, started his CRL career with Immortals in the spring 2017 season, where he put up a above 70% win rate. Huge performance by LaPoKaTi. Top win rate of the season in his opening appearance. Had a rough 2019 though. That first season, great outing, and Immortals ended up getting 3rd place, moving on to the World Cyber Games, where they went to China with Team Liquid and SK Gaming. And then came the fall split, and Immortals just didn't quite have it together. And then, of course, you guys know Immortals, as the organization, left Clash Royale. And the team just packed up, went to Space Station, and added Samuel Basoto. And, of course, now they are the CRO Western champions. Ardarsh, you cannot watch it in-app unless you have them on your friend link. But what you can do is open this up if you're watching. I don't know if it works on Android in the app or not, but I know that on in iOS you need to open it up in your browser. Open up YouTube in your browser, and you can pinch to zoom and make the gameplay your full screen on your phone. That is a way to get around. It's a workaround to solve the problem, so you can, if you're watching on your phone, just watch the gameplay in full screen. So Lapo looking like he's running GY here as well. Good prediction, Rich, after you see 7 cards. Yep. I'm the 7-card prediction king. Here you go. Graveyard left-hand side. Cage to hold the line against the Valkyrie. No tanks coming across. The other Western semi was Angel X against the God RF. RF won. He's waiting on the wings to see the winner of this one. Right now, all tied up, but Star Wars taking the lead in the final minute 40. Abel, was there another fake Royal Giant donation? Did fake RG come in big on Trovo again? Fake RG is huge, by the way. iPhone 11 allows pinch to zoom. There you go, guys. So go ahead, open this up in YouTube, pinch to zoom, and you can make the gameplay full screen. How about that? How about that? In fact, I'm going to open it up on my iPhone and just check it out for a second. Make sure that it's working. And that guy. Get rid of the spammer, mods. Thank you. And Banhammer coming down. Lifetime ban on the Trovo side for a big ol' spam. RichSlaton's been given an award by the eSport Award 2020. Oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it. Here we go. Final 20 seconds. Any chance of Lapo getting back in this one? Looking like no. Star Wars going to take the lead here in game number 2, or in game number 3. We'll have, and look at that, the BMGY the opposite direction. So Lapo throws a little bit of shade with the fireball on King Tower to end game number 2. Star Wars says, hey man, I'm taking match point. GG, well played. Star Wars now with a pretty good shot at moving on. I didn't get to watch Benzer win this morning, guys, in the East. I was asleep. And yeah, it looks like the YouTube app on iOS does not allow you to pinch to zoom. You have to open up, guys, in browser, and then it'll work. Oh yeah, guys, by the way, talking about opportunities and giveaways. You subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be giving away one of these on a future no-tilt stream to one of my subscribers. So there's a link right there. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the No Tilt YouTube page. Make sure you never miss a moment of the action. And if those of you looking for the Discord as well, I saw someone ask for that in the chat. Let me go ahead and throw a Discord link in here. I always do announce the open tournaments on Discord. Here we go. Let's jump into game number 4. Star Wars with match point now. Star Wars, of course, playing with LA Gaming as his main squad. Appeared a lot in Super League Gaming's events. That's how I first met Star Wars, was seeing him in a wide variety of Super League Gaming events. Parth asking, do I think the graveyard should be nerfed? I don't know, something should be done. I don't know if it's nerfed or standardized. Hey, Nolan the Great, good to see you. Zach and LaPoKaTi, thanks for joining over on the Trovo side. But Star Wars has been playing in in events for a long time in Super League Gaming, which had a lot of live events here in the U.S. for a while. Participated in many of those. 7.6K personal best out of Star Wars. So double bait again for Lapo. Star Wars clearly going piggies, obviously. Can they change their ban between matches? No, you ban one card that is banned for both players for the entire best of 5 series. You can change your ban card from match to match, so the winner of this can pick a new ban against RF. Not much damage either way here in the opening 2 minutes. Slow gameplay pace at this stage. Yeah, Christine saying Star Wars is from the U.S. Like I said, he did participate in a bunch of live events here in the U.S., the Super League gaming events, the King's Cup, the Barbarian Cup. As soon as that Mega Knight cycles in the back, you see a lot of pressure here from Lapo on the left-hand side. Barbarrel comes in. And Lapo again going with his bomb tower variation. Good fireball on the pigs. Is Bandit carrying a stick or a knife? You know, Maximilian, I have never looked closely enough to see. Goblin Barrel to the left-hand lane. Goes for a full surround. And solid damage here. Now LaPoKaTi with the dual lane advantage. 1722 in the left-hand lane. 1880 in the right-hand lane. Star Wars has not yet cracked 2K on either side. And smart play there by Star Wars to get aggressive with the Mega Knight, with the Knight out of cycle. But still falling behind on Elixir. Again, we'll wait to see if Lapo starts varying Goblin Barrel placement because he knows it's against Barb Barrel. Easier to miss with the Barb Barrel. What is Star Wars personal best? 7.6K, I think it is. Big connection on the right-hand side. Star Wars starting to take a big lead, and that's going to be it. I think that's going to be it here, folks. Poison in. Piggies all over the left-hand tower. And that's a GG well played here. Star Wars with a big, big performance. Absolutely huge. Everything trying to come in. Fireball in. Skeleton barrels down. Poison to the left-hand side here for Star Wars. Lapo is trying to cycle as hard as he possibly can. Goblin Barrel in, trying to steal this one. 39 HP. Not going to be able to do it here, though. Piggy in a snout, and that's going to be it. Star Wars moves on over LaPoKaTi. We are not getting the Lapo RF matchup. Star Wars now with a chance to move on against the God RF. And I can see the numerous Star Wars references in the chat. Man, Lapo just fell a little bit behind there at the end. Maniac asking, why is RF playing again? Because he didn't qualify on day one. You can try to qualify as many times as you want. Asking, how are there 100 people spectating? Because a lot of people have RF's friend link. You can spectate if you have a friend link of the player. Adam Doctor, were the Stage 2 brackets random? I believe so. Man, fake Lapo gang just in shambles over on the Trovo chat. Shivanan saying RF means Roger Federer. Interesting. The god Roger Federer? That's interesting. I've never heard that theory before. So here we go. Oh, that's a good way to put it, Parth. Jedi versus God. Man, LaPoKaTi, that fireball might have fired up Star Wars. That fireball might have been the one that made Star Wars go, no. No, I'm not losing here. That's not happening. Hey, Taz, thank you very much for giving people the info in the chat so I don't have to. So GG, well played for Star Wars, who's now going to move on to the final against RF. These two guys playing a best of 5 for $1,000 and a pass on to the third stage, the top 16 in this tournament. T-Clap Storm saying, this is where the semi-pro becomes pro. Maybe. If you guys are looking for No Tilt's Twitter, let me go ahead and throw that into the chat here in a second. There's the No Tilt Twitter page, guys, if you're looking to follow along with No Tilt on Twitter as well. Let's pop back out here and say hello, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever you are, wherever you are. Good that is what I will say. Did Morton qualify? No, did not. This was a hard tournament, guys. This is a really, really difficult tournament. If you guys are just if you guys don't really know the path here, this all began with a 20-win challenge. You had to win the 20-win challenge. A little over 3,000 people made it. And then 8 brackets in the West, 8 brackets in the East of 1,024 players. You essentially, especially in the West, because there were more players who actually played in the brackets on the Western side. On the Western side, you had to win like 8 best of 3s in a row, and then come to this stage and win 2 BO5s to move on. Crazy. So 8 players have qualified in the East already. Benzer Riedel. Benzer qualified this morning out of the East, and now this is the final qualification spot on the Western side. We'll go over the whole list of qualifiers at the end of the show today so we can give you the full picture of who's moving on to Stage 3. This is a hard tournament, though. Hard tournament. Requires a lot of skill. It requires maybe a little bit of help from the matchup gods as well to get through 8 BO3s to get here. Higher qualified, made it 3 times. Alpha Moriarty talking about the Eastern side. Higher made it to the semifinal stage 3 times and didn't qualify all the way through. This is a hard tournament, guys. Stage 3, I believe, starts on Sunday. I don't know if it starts tomorrow, but I'll double check on that one. I believe it starts on Sunday. What does AMG mean? Oh, the cool light here. That is AMG Aftershock Media Group, started by CWA, Clash with Ash, and Powerbang, as an organization that helps support mobile content creators. So here we go. Here's the bracket. Star Wars against the God RF for $1,000 and a chance to move on, and a place in Stage 3. Yes, August 16th is when Stage 3 starts. That's on Sunday. And I will be here casting, I believe, the Western side of that. I'll get back to you guys on that later. What teams are playing tomorrow in CRL? I don't know, but CRL East kicking off tomorrow. Pretty excited about that one. Who's the most consistent pro? Well, it depends on your evaluation. You're talking about all time. You're talking about this year. You're talking about right now. Who did I put my I've not done my fantasy team for East yet. We might get that figured out. What happened to Uri? I don't know. Uri, I thought... Didn't he play? Hold on. Uri was playing on Cream this year. See me what happened to Uri. Cream Real Betis. Here we go. Finals. Ooh, boy. Will it be the God RF, who's having an amazing 2020? Third place in No Tilt Worlds with Team USA. First place at the CWA Cup. Second place on ladder. CRO Western Champion, or will it be the semi-pro Star Wars? Moving on. Oh, someone's saying Uri's out of Cream Real Betis. Was that announced today? When was that announced? I didn't see that one. Aiden saying, is there no SSG picture of RF? No, but because of our current situation, some of the up-to-date pictures aren't as nice as the older pictures, so there you go. What are the rewards? Well, these two players right now playing a best of 5 for $1,000. And a shot and a spot in the top 16. And RF just took one big step that direction. Star Wars looking like it's some dirty Goblin Giant Sparky, and RF immediately with a big balloon push to open, and it's 6 Loon. Here we go. This is the most popular, one of the most popular decks in the game right now. The 6 Loon, the 6-man, also known by the less initiated as the Royal Recruits, with the balloon. This has replaced a more traditional version of Lumberloon that you might have seen in the past. And that Sparky, like, thought about it for a second and then just went along. Interesting bans on both sides, guys. Knight and Mega Knight. The bans from Star Wars and RF. So you're going to see RF try to separate these troops a little bit. Does pull the Goblin Giant to the opposite side. But will this stop that Sparky from connecting? No, it will not. Sparky gets one big-time shot here. RF with the lead, but Star Wars certainly has the chance to get some pretty big push the opposite direction. Rupin, can we get a report of any CRL team changes when I have the info? I've been so focused on the AMG Cup and no tilt. So 6 split here for RF, and that's going to be a Sparky completely evaporated. And Star Wars sets up for one last attempt. Let's see if it's hard for him. The one thing about this deck as matching up against Goblin Giant Sparky is that one of the things that this Goblin Giant Sparky deck can do when it's in trouble is just do a quick pressure push opposite lane, like a little rage mini P.E.K.K.A push. Not popular here with the 6 Loon. That Royal Recruit split clogging up lanes and completely stopping this deck from being effective. Which player called the Recruit 6-man? That would be Jack. It was in the AMG Cup. It was Jack versus Razzer. And Jack wanted to ban the Royal Recruits, but didn't know what it was called in English, so he just wrote 6-man ? In chat, and Razzer figured out he meant the Royal Recruits, and that's it. That's a 6-man now. Winner moves on, and loser today has to wait until the next No Tilt World Championship. This is the last qualifier. Anders Covey, no, Lapo did not win. This is the final. This is the best of 5 to see who gets $1,000 and a spot in Stage 3. How many CRL players in Stage 3 total? Zaboff, we'll look at that later today. Yes, there is Fantasy for East. No, I have not set my lineup. And yes, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. Not to mention subscribing to this YouTube channel right here, the No Tilt YouTube page. But if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, get a shot at winning this big bad boy here. Specific items not guaranteed, obviously. But I will be doing a giveaway of one of these boxes on a future No Tilt World Championship stream. So sometime in the next couple of weeks to someone subscribing to my YouTube page. And we'll look at all the qualifiers, guys, at the end of today's stream. Right now, 2 guys fighting for the final qualifying spot. RF and Star Wars. Yes, Maximilian, I do say that every stream because it's a giveaway that we're doing in the future. That's how it works. Thank you, Moni Vargas. Yes, use code RICH in the shop RICH when you're making your Supercell purchases. You can support not only the tournaments that I do and giveaways, but also support me getting great burritos. So looking like GY for Star Wars. And the same potentially here for RF. That's a brave move, going GY for GY against the GY Master. What kind of burritos do I get? I either get an al pastor breakfast burrito or just an al pastor burrito. But al pastor all day, son. Why do so few CRL players use Wizard? Great question there, Rensky. Because Wizard is really, really good at low ladder when it's high leveled, but in terms of actual balance for competitive play, generally not that great. For 5 Elixir and how squishy it is, how killable it is, there are usually much better options. I mean, Baby Dragon exists. That's one big reason why Wizard you don't see very often from CRL pros. There are just so many other splash troops that give you more bang for your buck, better value for your Elixir, that Wizard really is not a great option. Do I like Domino's Pizza? Asked Mikey in the Trovo chat. I mean, I'll eat it if I'm in a pinch, but no, I actually go to a place called Pizza Man, which is a small chain here in LA. There's like 3 or 4 stores. They make great pizza. Shout out Pizza Man. GY into the right-hand side here for Star Wars. And pretty easy defense for RF in this one. And good Baby Dragon pressure on the left-hand side. Now a big graveyard push on the right-hand side. Just going to let the Baby Dragon take care of defense on the left-hand lane. Will RF, but the right-hand side, Valk Archer's more than enough to the task of playing defense against that graveyard. Graveyard in one more time here for Star Wars. Valk on defense. And RF, both these guys do whatever they can to not use poison defensively if they don't have to. Instead, create counter pushes. And just like that, the lead does switch by 2 HP to Star Wars here in game number 2, minute 45 left. And this time, the Archers walk right into that poison. And that's going to be a good chunk of damage on the left-hand side. Valk down for RF to play defense on the right-hand side. Solid NATO play there to keep the damage to a minimum. But again, it's Star Wars with the damage lead. 866 to 952. 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in game number 2. Aggressive play here on the left. Naked Graveyard for Star Wars on the right-hand side. And RF just defends with the Valk. The Valk will walk back, though, and has to NATO to keep the Archers off tower. That's going to be a GG. Star Wars takes game number 2. Great play by Star Wars. And that Valk walked back, forced the 3 Elixir out, but that was rough there at the end for RF. GG, well played for Star Wars. Star Wars having a good day today. Very good day today, guys. And the Archers were absolutely huge. Chinmay making that point there on the YouTube chat as well. Archers were absolutely massive on defense. And you can see the Elixir difference, right? As we got to the end, that 3 Elixir cycle, that 9-card cycle, 3.3 average Elixir for Star Wars versus the much heavier version for RF. That made a pretty big difference here. Pretty serious difference. And now we're going into game number 3, all tied up between these two. GG, well played. And guys, if you want to show off your skills every Wednesday, including this upcoming Wednesday, exclusively through Geyser, $100 open tournament. There's the links to download Geyser in the chat. $100 open tournament every single Wednesday through Geyser. Both the iOS and Android links there for download in the chat on both Trovo and YouTube. Come flex your skills. In fact, many of the players who are moving on in the No Tilt World Championship have either played or even won. Mini Minter has won my tournament 3 times. 2 weeks ago, it was Igor versus LaPoKaTi in the finals. Chance for you to compete, win, and play. Here we go, game number 3, all tied up between these two. If you have not yet, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube page here for No Tilt as well. Ring that bell for notifications. Time for that tournament will be 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Central European Summertime. So looking like double bait here for RF. Star Wars looking like it might be. The skeletons make this interesting. You see bar putt, you feel like Graveheart, but not with a heal spirit, not with skeletons. Well, Sack, I can show you records, but the pros don't always win, and they don't always play. Top 4 get paid out in my Geyser tournaments. So even if you don't win, if you make the top 4, you still take home some of that prize pool. So RF going with the Inferno Tower version as opposed to his teammate running the Bomb Tower version in the last game. Star Wars going with Pigs. You know, RF would love to have Bomb Tower right now. Of course, Inferno Tower does have some pretty solid HP on that Inferno Tower. How do you set up your CRL East Fantasy Royale? Go to the Esports tab and then change your region to East. So Valk will be good for RF on defense if the Pigs do go down one lane. We'll see if Star Wars goes with that, or if Star Wars keeps splitting and at what stage he decides to go in the same lane. Well, you won't see him go same lane unless we see RF have the Valk out of cycle. So look for that one. If RF does play the Valk defensively and Star Wars has the Pigs available, you might see him go single lane in that situation. Right now, it's the Space Station Gaming representative, RF, with the lead, 1665 to 1942. And now the Valk is down. Let's see Star Wars chooses to bar putt to the opposite lane instead. No Pigs push. The Valk now back in cycle. Look at that. Look at the way the RF just got back around. Star Wars with an opening, choosing to Valk and choosing to bar putt instead and really clog and pile on these lanes. Valk again. Let's see if we go Piggies potentially to the right-hand side. And look at that Inferno Tower on the Musketeer. Great Inferno out of RF. And a Fireball, but the Peel Spirit keeps those Pigs alive. Dark Goblin has to come out as well. Double bait push to the right-hand side. And not going to get much out of it in terms of damage, but does force out some good expenditure on that side. Fireball this time on the left-hand lane. That Musketeer, though, going to get one shot. And we're pretty close right now. With that, Star Wars taking the lead. 14:33 on the right-hand lane, and double hut set up on the left-hand side, where he knows RF pretty much wants to play. This barrel cycle is pretty aggressive here from RF, and that one takes the lead 13.95. Pigs in. Inferno Tower does pull to the middle. Where does RF put his fireball here? Poison down, trying to make some room, and the Valk to pick up Skelly Dragon damage on the left-hand side. The Log does not get the Heal Spirit on that left-hand lane. That is disastrous here. That's a pile of hogs. RF forced to spend a Goblin Barrel on defense, but that's going to be it. That's a GG right here. The Log does not get the Heal Spirit, and that changes the entire game. Star Wars takes the win in game number 2 and now has match point against RF. Very, very well played for Star Wars. Rupen's fantasy deck. Boss, KK, Moogie, and Jack. Yeah, that's pretty good. Assassin Mata saying, yo, Rich, where in LA is that pizza place to go to? There's like 3 or 4 locations. There's one on the east side. There's one in Van Nuys. I think there's one in the city as well. It's called Pizza Man. Look up Pizza Man. Really good pizza. And it's local business, which I like. Reza, are you seeing this right? Yes, you are. Star Wars up 1. I don't know the name of the track, guys. I do know that if you take this link right here, download Geyser, on Wednesday, $100 open. And, of course, there are multiple tournaments a day. CWA hosts many tournaments every day. I host tournaments every day. I stream the big $100 open once a week. But that's open to anybody. Sometimes pros play, and sometimes pros win. Sometimes it's outside of the pros. Back again, look at the stats view. Couldn't find the tournament this week on Geyser. Well, the tournament isn't up yet. The tournament will be posted later. Hamuz saying burritos. You know what? I'll always call out a burritos chat. Burritos. Strong move, burritos. Star Wars now with match point. $1,000 to play for. The next 3 to 5 minutes could win Star Wars $1,000 and a berth in those top 16. Burritos for the win. Cheesecake in the Trovo chat. OP sub in the building. Let's go. RF maybe going Loon here. We'll see if that's the case. Could be going RG as well, but Snowball. Looking like Giant Miner for Star Wars. Pretty slow start here, and it is looking like it's a Loon. Probably going to be 6 Loon here for RF. And that's going to be a good raged up balloon to connect on the right-hand side. Not going to stop it. There you go, 1688. And that's a big opening shot here from the space station player. It's Lava Miner for Star Wars. Once the barbs come out, you're moving away from Giant, moving into Lava territory. So Snowball, Musketeer, Skeleton Dragons for RF on defense against these nasty, nasty lava pushes. We'll see what the battle becomes for protecting the Musketeer against that Miner. And there you go. Lumberjack gets in. Snowball to reset the Inferno Dragon. And the Musketeer goes the opposite direction. The Musketeer just runs away from it all. Skeleton Dragons have to come out. And Star Wars going to get some good damage here. Fireball in. And Star Wars going to take tower on the right-hand side. Huge with 1 minute left. Absolutely huge with 1 minute left. And there you go. RF splitting 6 loon. 3 and 3. And barbs are a smart play here. Keep in mind, RF still has to get on tower. With all that's going on here. That Inferno Dragon not going to balloon, though, is very, very good for RF. Snowballs get the balloon on tower. Means no snowball on defense. Means that's going to be a ton of damage to the left. That's going to be tower down. Star Wars is going through, folks. RF falls again. Here at the very end. And Star Wars punches his ticket to the stage 3. $1,000 and a true chance at glory here for Star Wars. Space Station Gaming has a new enemy. And that's Star Wars. People talking trash about how he got a free win in the former bracket stage. Well, no trash right now. Took out LaPoKaTi and RF. Huge win. Star Wars moving on. Great deck selection out of Star Wars. This was that first game, and RF completely dominated 6 loon here against Goblin Giant Sparky. Complete, utter domination in this opening game. But after this, it was all Star Wars. It looked for a moment like maybe RF could come back, but that last matchup was brutal. Game number 1 went to RF. Game number 2 was the Graveyard matchup, and the Archers really were a huge difference in this one. Helped Star Wars on defense and offense. And you see here that Valkyrie wandering back behind. RF has to spend the NATO on defense. And then, yes, Barb Hut Pigs beating bait in this one. Another one that RF played pretty well most of the way through. That one, Heal Spirit, being missed by the log, changed everything, though. And that was the big GG. Well played. And that one set up match point for Star Wars. And again, another good deck selection here, going Lava Miner. Good matchup in this situation, and while RF put a lot of damage down early, just didn't have the pieces, especially for those big pushes. You see the big downhill push on the left-hand side. No big spell. Snowball gets spread around. Great play for Star Wars. Great moment for him. 2 big signature wins for Star Wars in this one. And here are all the qualifiers. So here's the whole look from the eastern side. Of course, Jupiter King, Demas, Line, AUK or Aurora, Dark Lord, the Indian player. I don't know who SSSSSS is. Sorry about that one. Paradox and Benzer. This is actually a pretty nasty lineup out of these. A good mix of talented CRL players here between Jupiter, Line, Aurora, and Benzer Riddell. Paradox, Demas, and Dark Lord. 3 players that I've seen a fair bit. Definitely Paradox and Demas. Dark Lord. Excited for the Indian fan base. And then over here on the west-hand side, Even more balanced towards the outside of CRL players. Of course, Boss will be making his CRL debut tomorrow in the East. The Portuguese player, Vitor. Air Surfer, one of the 2 active Western players for CRL to make it through. Schwarzen and Wolfsdochter, both representing Germany, and Schwarzen has looked great this season. Manny Minter, the Peruvian, who's won my tournament multiple times, making his way through. Star Wars just qualified today, and of course, Adrian Piedra. Pelon Army, the lone player from CCGS Finals, making it now into the Western Regional Group Stage. So 2 active Western players there. And then, of course, the new Eastern debuting player. Man, this Stage 3 is going to be great. And, of course, Stage 3 starts on Sunday the 16th. So in 2 days, we'll start Stage 3, both the West and the East. It's going to be interesting. A lot of players did. Yeah, some players were able to qualify to the top 4 multiple times in the semis, but not move on to the Stage 3. And now a lot of money on the line. Some stars could be born here. Remember, this is going to end. This tournament ends fairly soon, right? We run through the end of August. Maybe a CRL contract up for grabs here. Who knows? Guys, it's been fun. Hope you enjoyed the action today. I'm RichSlaton. Don't forget to subscribe here to the NoTilt YouTube page. Subscribe to my page as well. And if you're watching this replay, of course, on my page, hit subscribe. On NoTilt's page, hit subscribe. Hit that button a whole bunch. And I'll be back with you guys very, very soon for Stage 3 of the No Tilt World Championship.